It just goes to show you have to take every bit of minimalism advice and financial advice and weigh it up and see whether it works for you. I did come off my own free will. It's one of those days. So here we are, trying to fix it. Well, poop. Tuesday. I'm just sitting here editing my vlog for the week. I'm hoping to have it up tonight. I'm very proud of myself. I was getting a little out of control with editing there for a second and things were going up a bit too late in the week. So I'm trying to get back to like a Monday, Tuesday upload so that I can upload something else on the weekend that's more of like a topic specific video. So yay me. I'm also trying to film less because I keep filming too much and it's making my editing take even longer than it needs to. But it's funny because I'm just doing another cut through trying to like shorten the video, and I'm watching myself talk about how I was feeling really burnt out and stressed and tired and not having enough time for my hobbies, which is still very true. But last week ended up being absolute chaos, and I was talking about how I really wanted to like have a slower week and that kind of thing, and it really didn't happen. This week is shaping up to have more potential for that, I'm hoping. Take things at a slower pace, which is nice. I think the key is to have less plans. I've just kicked off the year with way too many things each week and it's completely thrown me off. So trying to rein things in a little bit. Instead of going in person today, I'm going to attend an appointment with mum via the phone and see how that goes. Hopefully that will help a little bit, because otherwise I'd be having to drive over to where she lives in peak hour, which would be awful. I'm gonna get back to editing and we'll see how this week turns out. Hopefully it's a slower pace and a bit more calm. Thursday. I didn't end up filming very much yesterday. I'm trying to have Wednesdays as at least a partial rest day. I'm not very good at resting. I've spoken about this in the last couple of vlogs. Not something that I'm fantastic at, and something that I'm trying to get better at in moderation, of course. So I didn't really do a whole lot yesterday. My strategy, which sounds so silly to have a strategy for a rest day, but nonetheless I had a strategy, and my strategy was to just take things very slowly and just kind of not do nothing, but kind of, you know, go where the wind took me as far as productivity goes. And that worked pretty well, and I did at one point actually sit down for 20 minutes and just watch TV. Today is budget day, which is very exciting. And I'm actually planning to film a budget with me, how I budget type video for YouTube. And conveniently, but not conveniently, Matt is home. Poor guy, he has some back issues and he's just having a very, very bad day with his back. So he's laid flat on the spare bed. It's convenient though, because I can steal his phone to film, because I have a camera that's meant to be good for vlogging, but our house is not the brightest. I have a Canon M50 Mark I, and it's not a bad camera, but something about vlogging, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the house or the lighting, but it doesn't handle the lighting in this house very well. I use my phone and I actually kind of prefer it. I'm trying to get better at using the back camera, so that's what I'm doing right now, so I have no idea what this actually looks like framing wise, but I'm getting better at like guessing what it'll look like. But for the YouTube video, I want to be able to show the bank account, because I want to kind of explain like the setup that we have. So I need to be able to show my phone. So it'll be kind of handy that Matt's home and I can borrow his phone. I put this dress on to kind of, I don't know, test sort of. I think it looks cute enough, but it's not very comfortable. It's mostly the arms. They cut, and they don't, like, it's not like it's too tight. It's just something about the actual cut of the dress. It doesn't allow for a lot of movement. It ends up cutting in, and some people would probably not find it an issue because you can still kind of move, but this is my like test on whether I end up donating it to the op shop. I don't really get rid of clothes very much at all because in 2020 I got sucked in to the whole capsule wardrobe trend, and I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff that like wasn't matching colors or whatever, and I regret it so badly. I like having options. I also find that sometimes I'll have things in my cupboard and I'll just go through phases. So there's definitely been things in my cupboard that I've had packed away for years, and then I've ended up bringing out and going, oh, I love this again. So I get rid of things a lot less freely now, even if I don't wear it, because I feel like one of the advised like rules is if you don't wear something for an entire year, get rid of it. But that does not apply to me in my brain, I've learned. And I don't buy a lot of clothes to begin with. So I feel like it's safe to kind of keep them and not, like, I'm not stockpiling and ending up with like way too many clothes. But comfort is something different. If something's not comfortable, even if I think it's cute, I will just like subconsciously never get around to wearing it, even if I think about wearing it fairly often. And this is one of those dresses, like I haven't worn it all summer, and I think it's just for the comfort. So we'll see how I go with it today, and if I end up kind of just reaching my limit with it sensory wise, then I'll probably donate it. I have one other dress that I realize doesn't actually like sit properly on me that I need to donate as well, so I need to get a bit of a bag going or something, I think. It just goes to show you have to take every bit of like minimalism advice and financial advice and all that kind of thing and weigh it up and see whether it works for you. It's like when I tried to like stick to the whole track every expense thing, and it just doesn't work for me and my brain. It doesn't work for Matt and his brain, and so we found a different system that still keeps us accountable to spending limits, like in categories and stuff like that, so not just spending willy-nilly, but we don't have to track every single spend, which I think is good for us, at least. Stay tuned for the budgeting video. It'll come out after this one. That'll tell you a bit more about how we budget and how we've gotten out of this paycheck to paycheck style, because I think the way that we budget definitely has helped with that, combined with the no buy year. But speaking of the whole no buy year concept, oh, these need to clean. I was just watching a vlog of someone who I really like, their content is awesome, but they were doing a no buy week. And I see a lot of people do these like no spend weeks, and I feel like, actually maybe I should make a short form video on this. I feel like there's a big difference between no spend or no buy months and years compared to no buy weeks. And I'm not saying that no buy weeks are useless at all. I think they're a really great starting point, especially if doing like a whole month or a whole year sounds too intimidating, which I completely understand. But I feel like the big difference is really the goal. Because if you end up doing, and correct me if I'm wrong, like if you've got a different experience, I would love to hear about it on whether you've done like any no buy, no spend challenges or even low spend challenges at all. I feel like the goals are slightly different, or the outcomes are slightly different. Like in both, the shorter version versus the longer version, obviously you save money, and that's great. And that's a great goal. There's nothing wrong with having that as your goal. But I feel like the longer stretches, the months and the years, I feel like they really are what changes your relationship with money and really overhauls your spending habits and your relationship with shopping and marketing especially, and just like your habits for everyday life. Doing a no spend week every now and then is great, just to like rein things in and save a little bit of money, But I think if you're really trying to get out of this paycheck to paycheck cycle, especially, I think the longer term challenges are what's going to actually help you to confront your habits that are contributing to your overall issues and lack of success, so to speak. I think that's better. That is better. Because I feel like if you do just a no spend week, like a week can pass by very, very quickly. It's, I feel like, easy to just push things off for a week as far as buying them. And then if you have a big issue with impulse spending and living paycheck to paycheck and not putting things away in savings and not touching it and all that kind of stuff, I feel like it's easy the next week to then be like, oh, well, now I can spend things, it's fine. And then that week isn't really long enough to make a big difference because the money you save, you would probably just end up spending. Whereas I feel like when you do a month or a year, you end up kind of actually having to live differently in every aspect of your life. You have to find different activities that you can do, or you have to be more conscious of how much you spend at those activities. We do have a small fun budget that we have set aside for stuff, but we have to be more choosy with the things that we choose to pay for and the things that we don't. So if we wanted to, you know, go out and get a sweet treat, we might go and just get like a cone, a soft serve cone at McDonald's that's super cheap, still delicious, and then like go and sit at the beach or go and sit at a park instead of, you know, going and spending $20 or $30 on something. Just makes you look for enjoyment and fun and happiness in cheaper places. Basically, it just makes you live differently. And I think if you are living paycheck to paycheck, at least from my perspective, having been those people that lived paycheck to paycheck, I think that if that is the case for you, then there's a good chance that you need a real shake-up in your habits. And I say that with all of the love and understanding in the world, because it took us years to get out of the cycle and years to be able to face that kind of harsh and unpleasant reality that you do need to really shake things up and change the way that you're thinking about money. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like no spend weeks are good if you already have a little bit of self-control around money and you're just trying to save a little bit extra. But I feel like if you have long-term problematic money habits, coming from someone that did, I think the longer-term no spend challenges are better. We decided to...
We?
The
royal we?
I did come of my own free will.
Where did you know?
I was like kind of convinced and dragged, but we decided to go for a walk. Matt suggested we go for a walk because
It helps with back problems.
it's good for Matt's back. My back's not feeling great either. I'm also just sleepy and in a bit of a cranky mood, honestly. Just one of those days. So here we are, trying to fix it.
I see him at night. Every time I see him, it just doesn't feel right. How are you?
This is not helpful, Maisie. I need to go film stuff. I was just about to get up
Clear
too.
water flowing by the waterfall. Way
How is it
back
that you
on the
only
other
ever
side
seem
of
to
school
calm down and sit
fall,
down when
I
I'm about to do
knew
stuff?
Something was with you, my friend.
My goodness. Can I just say, these little scrubber things are so good for cleaning. They get into all of the little nooks and crannies. I used it earlier for the kitchen sink. It's just the Rubbermaid brand. I'll see if I can link the one I have below. Especially if you have any kind of like chronic illness, pain, fatigue issues, and you find cleaning things like the shower really difficult. This is amazing because I just do little sections of the shower at a time every time I shower, or almost every time I shower. And it's so easy. Like, there's really no hard work involved. It does all the hard work and it does such a good job on the grout. Amazing. So worth the money. I'm so glad I finally got one of these. I used to see people on like cleaning Instagrams and stuff using stuff like this for years, and I was like, no, I don't need that. Seriously, I needed it. I bought this. I think I bought this last year when I was having some trouble keeping up with the shower because I was having a pain flare up. Oh, best decision ever. Well, poop. The jar is fine, but that lamp is not. I'm so sad. I love this lamp. I wonder if we can fix it. Maybe glue it back together? Oh. Oh, and it's broken that too. I think if this bit wasn't so shattered, I could glue it back together and be okay with it. But it's all these little bits. That's... Oh, I love this lamp. That's unfortunate.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool. I did what I supposed.
You know what's funny about the whole lamp thing? I was just about to pick up the camera and show you this like spiky massage ball thing that I have that is super helpful. I'll see if I can find one on Amazon and link it below. I think I got mine from Endota Spa back in the day, like gosh, this must have been like 6 or 7 years ago, and it's so helpful if you have any issues with like pain or tension. Don't mind me, I'm trying to dig the bread out of the fridge. So now in my fridge, let's see how this goes. Anyway, so the spiky ball, I was going to tell you all about it and how great it is and how it's really helpful, and it is, and you should get one if you have any chronic pain issues. And I like dropped it when I heard the crash from the lamp, and now I don't know where it is. I don't know where I dropped it. It's rolled somewhere. I will find it. Life, hey? Life. It's Friday afternoon. I am so incredibly tired, and I am just lying here watching Netflix for a bit, and then I'm gonna do a bit more editing, I think. But I'm on the last episode. I think it's the last episode. Yeah, episode 6 of 0 Day. If you haven't watched it, it's definitely intriguing. I'll give it that. It's actually got my interest piqued, and I still don't fully know what's happening, which I think is a sign of a good show. But I did expect it to be more about a cyber attack, which is what piqued my interest. But I'm about to watch the last episode, and I'm hoping that will make everything clear. But they've got 53 minutes and 28 seconds, but that includes credits, to make things clear. And currently they're not. So stay tuned. Well, I've just finished 0 Day. Didn't love the ending. I just googled something to like see if like I missed something, because I was thinking maybe I've missed something, but I don't think I did. They just kind of didn't wrap some things up, and I can see now why it's not gotten a great rating amongst like audience and critics, because I looked it up. I feel like it started out really strong, and it started out with a lot of potential and a lot of intrigue, and you didn't know what was going to happen next and all that kind of stuff. But then you like never actually find out everything. Like some things get wrapped up, but not everything. And yeah, that was really annoying. I don't know. Could be worth a watch if you like suspense, but didn't go as well as I thought it was going to based on the first episode.
Man called Harlow. He killed my father. We're so sorry, Archie. We won't let him get away with it.
on a very rare trip to the shops. It's funny how weird this feels to do now. I don't know about you. I feel weird. We're going to Kmart because we're going to look at lamps. I'm not convinced we're going to get one because I'm fussy.
Yeah,
and you're fussy. We're both fussy. And I don't want to pay a lot for a lamp, but we'll at least look at what they've got. And we need socks and coat hangers. So very practical. But I also saw that Baker's Delight has some raspberry white chocolate hot cross buns.
Which is interesting.
So we might investigate.
When I was in my early age, I heard him talk about true love. So I started looking for where it could be. I ran from kisses in the 3rd grade. Dated a girl in middle school for 10 days. I thought it would
I would
never
totally
come
buy this if it
my way.
wasn't teeny tiny.
But I found love in the Middle Ages. It ain't always fireworks, and it comes in stages. It takes courage and trust in
We got the chai frappe at Mrs. Fields. Very, very good, by the way. And considering it was $8, it's actually really big, which I appreciate. Like, it's not small at all. So, yay for that.
I chase love across.
Matt's gonna do show and tell for us.
Got some kotungas.
Gilbert's very intrigued about some of the other things.
We got Steph some men's socks. Because the women's ones were all kind of meh.
Yep.
We got me some socks. Because mine are falling apart.
Oh yeah, so because February ended, our 2 months of saving up $30 each of spending money released. That's one of our small no-buy-year exceptions this year. Not something we did last year, but Matt got...
Some playing cards.
Yeah.
One Piece themed.
Oh, do you have the EB Games card?
Oh, yeah.
This is actually mine. There you go. That's my card. Matt is level 4. He's been level 4 for many, many years. And they didn't have any level 4 cards, sadly, but they had the level 1, so...
So I still got my Charizard one from last year.
I mostly got that so Matt could enjoy it, honestly. But then this is what Matt spent $14 of his $25-ish of play money on.
So EB have started selling Magic singles, so just the cards.
It's Magic the Gathering.
Got a couple of those, and then some playing cards that are One Piece themed. So these are they're themed after the live action, not the anime. It's very cool. We've got maps and stuff on them.
The design is very cool. I
The
like
design
it.
is very cool.
I appreciate that as much as it's based on the live action, like, a lot of this is just the cartoon stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's just Luffy, Nami, and Zoro. I think that's it is supposed to be Sanji because it's got the curly eyebrow, and Usopp.
The tin's really cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
You want to show them the tin?
Yeah. It's the same style tin as the PlayStation ones that you bought me.
Yes.
Those were a couple of years ago. But One Piece themed this time. I like it.
Okay, final thing that we got.
Ah, yes, the thing that has the cats interested.
This was $9. Maisie the Nut Job.
Over there, look at that face.
Yep. She's just bored. We have a lot of cat toys, but they're all kind of single toys. And she plays with the little octopus, the pink thing on the ground over there. She plays with that the most. We have shoes everywhere. We just thought we'd get this and see if that helps because she just is driving us nuts, honestly. Oh, Gilbert is already... Oh, it's got feathers. You know how Gilbert feels about feathers.
Every time I think of summertime, girl, I think of you. I think of caramel skin, your curly hair, and 3 bird tattoos. Every time I scroll through a photo album, I always feel nostalgia mixed with emptiness, 'cause we thought we were limitless. But now, oh now, I wonder if you think of me.
It's hair dye time, which is very exciting because this was meant to happen last week. And if you watched last week's vlog, you will have seen that my hair dye did not arrive, so I ended up having to place a second order. So just getting set up, and Matt is very kindly, as usual, going to make noise in the background. He's gonna dye my he's gonna dye my hair for me. Oh. So this is what I use. It's very easy. Ridiculous.
Yep.
Tried a subscription service for hair dye once. It was okay.
Called The Shade.
It was called The Shade. It was okay. It wasn't anything like super amazing, and especially not for the price. However, if you're gonna dye your hair at home, I highly suggest getting a kit like this, having the little mat and then having the bowl and the
brush.
Application brush and stuff.
The little hook. It's fantastic.
It also has excuse my toast, it also has a little cape that came with it as well.
And the clips. Those clips do too.
The clip's kind of terrible, but everything else is good.
They are, but they're good to have.
The supplies are good, is my point. If you're gonna really commit to doing your hair yourself at home, or getting your husband to do it, because your husband loves you very, very much, get some supplies. You can get them on Amazon pretty cheap. If I can find a little kit that's similar to this one, I'll link it below. Since I'm sitting here, I figured I would also do my brows and lashes. All a little bit tricky to do when you normally wear glasses. So don't judge my technique or my face, because I haven't really taken all my makeup off properly. Doing my lashes, I'm not sure actually makes a huge difference. I'd love to learn how to do like a lash lift, but if I'm gonna make this much dye, because it's kind of hard to make a small amount of this dye, I figure might as well use it. And I'm just putting it on like mascara, but I'm just kind of putting it on the ends, and then do the brow. Okay, looking very attractive. Time to wash out the dye and wash off the dye and see if I look like a completely different person afterwards. I will have to show you how everything turned out in the morning, I think, because I'm starting to lose the light. But we're all done, blown dry, and I'm just going to leave it like this until tomorrow morning. Oh, and my eyebrows didn't turn out too dark, which is good. I'm still using up an old pack that I had that's like a dark brown that I bought when I had brown hair, because I was dyeing my hair brown for quite a while, and I really need like a lighter color, I think, to go with the red, so I don't leave it on too long because I don't want it to be too dark, but I'll show you in the morning. We got a Too Good To Go bag. This is from a Foodworks, as you can see, and we haven't looked in here yet. Matt just went and picked it up, so we're gonna just pull things out and see what's in here. I paid $7.99 for this, so...
There was also a lady, like 2 people in front of me that grabbed one.
Nice. Ready?
Yep.
Chicken breast Kebabs!
Lilydale chicken too.
Best before today. It's not as many things as last time. Ooh!
Ooh, chicken schnitzels.
Best before tomorrow.
Oh, straight in the freezer.
Amazing. I love chicken schnitzels. I think it's
That's
just
it?
3 things.
It's still like $40 worth of stuff.
And
Pizza! I thought it was a pizza.
it felt like a pizza. Used by tomorrow. Well, that'll be lunch tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we freeze that.
No.
Cool.
I'm torn between like cool and like definitely worth $7.99, but it's a little underwhelming compared to the other ones.
Compared to the other ones, yes.
Because a lot of the other ones have had a lot of little bits and pieces rather than just like 3 big expensive things. But what's $8 divided by 3?
$2.66.
It's not bad. $2.66 per thing. There you go.
Well, I'll bung these in the freezer.
Sounds good. Sunday lunch.
Speaking of partners,
All the flowers in my garden never looked as bright as this. Like a happy child, I watched them grow out of only seeds. Butterflies down my stomach when I think of you and me. It is funny how a lot can change when you learn how to breathe. Look at my eyes, what do you see? Feels like we're only meant to be. All of my life, where have you been? 'Cause you're the only thing I need. The only thing I